Welcome back to the Bright Light Wellness YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining me here. I am so excited to chat with you today about a really important topic. I want to talk about redox potential. So many people in the quantum world use the word redox, and people are like, wait a minute, what does that actually mean? I'm really confused, Vanessa. People on my podcast, the Quantum Connection podcast, use that word all the time, and everybody's like, what does that actually mean? I don't understand what redox is. So let's talk about what redox potential actually means. So redox potential is basically redox stands for two words. It stands for reduction and oxidation. Okay. Reduction is when you're reducing inflammation, and oxidation stands for when your body has too much inflammation or not enough electrons to reduce inflammation. So it's in an oxidative stress, an inflammatory response, right? So redox potential is like these redox reactions. How can I reduce inflammation? Is redox, is reducing inflammation, and I'm gaining inflammation. I'm in an oxidative stress. I'm in an inflammatory response, right? So that's what redox stands for. It stands for reduction and oxidation. Okay. So that's a simple thing that you can understand, hopefully, that means that just those two words, right? So reduction means I'm gaining electrons, and oxidation means my body's losing electrons. Okay. That's what those two words really mean. All right. So, life is kind of like a game of how can I gain electrons and how can I gain electrons to reduce inflammation, and how can I avoid the things that will steal my electrons and my body will lose electrons. Okay. We want to have more energy over inflammation. So the more energy or the more electrons we have, right, the less inflammation we will have, the less unpaired electrons, the less reactive oxygen species we will have, and the more energy our cells will have to reduce inflammation or oxidative stress. Okay. So that's really what it means. And now everybody's body is going to have a different ability or redox potential based on their health. So their own unique level of health, their own constitution, right? So it's like redox potential is also how well your body can take the electrons that we gather from certain things like sunlight, like earthing, like movement, like from food, right? Those are the four main ways we gather electrons. We gather electrons from sunlight, from the from the photoelectric effect. That's when our body is exposed, our skin and our eyes are exposed to sunlight. We will actually make more electrons because electrons need to be excited by light. We also have earthing. When we place the palm of our hands or our bare feet or just our body onto the Earth's magnetism, we will actually gain electrons, which is like electrons are a negative charge. I'll talk about that in a minute. And they will actually go where our bodies need to go. So they're a selective antioxidant. Antioxidants reduce oxidation, right? They're reducing agents. Okay. So sunlight and earthing and melanin, the tan on your skin, makes more hydrogen. These are antioxidants. These are reduce oxidation by gaining electrons. We gain electrons, we reduce oxidation. Okay, I hope that's making sense. So we have sunlight from the photoelectric effect. We have earthing because we're going to gather electrons to that negative charge that the earth holds, this abundance of net negative charge. We can gather those up. Okay. Then we have movement from the piezoelectric effect. When we are moving our body, especially outside in nature, we are going to gather more electrons. Our body will make more energy. Electrons, energy. Electrons, energy. Okay. Then you also have food, of course. Food is a source of energy, right? So we can get, especially if you're eating quality, local, seasonal, organic food, that is also a form of energy. So your redox potential, your constitution, your level of health is really dependent on, this is all the same thing, right? Like how well can you take this energy or electrons that you get from sunlight, from food, from earthing, from movement, and turn that, how well is your mitochondria working that can take those electrons and can turn it actually into usable energy for your body, right? So depending on your level of health, whether or not, so like a child's level of health who has a better heteroplasmy rate because they're younger and they're stronger and their mitochondria have less assaults to it already are going to be able to have a better redox potential because they're younger, most likely, than someone who's elderly, right? The mitochondria is working better. They can take the energy and the electrons they get from sunlight, from grounding, from earthing, from food, from movement, and turn it into usable energy. As we get older, our heteroplasmy rate goes down, which means just basically that we're aging and these things don't work as well. And then we don't, we can't, our redox potential goes down. So we want to try to avoid that from happening. So what we can do is we can support our body with all the things that I'm always talking about with quantum biology, getting more sunlight, getting more earthing, moving our body, eating high quality food. These will all support our redox reactions, right? So yeah, so we want to have this net negative charge in our body, right? For your body to able to use. Those are electrons. Electrons are actually negative and protons are actually positive, okay? So this oxidation and reduction, this redox is actually the same thing as the acidity versus alkaline argument, right? So it's just this exchange of electrons, which are negatively charged. So when we remove electrons, right, from our body, we do things that steal our electrons, like non-native MFs, like artificial lights, like suppressive medications, right, allopathic medications. We expose ourselves to toxins and whatnot. Alcohol, lack of movement, lack of sunlight, poor circadian rhythms. All of these things are going to remove electrons from our body, okay, and increase what we call a positive charge, which means our bodies will be more acidic, okay? And then when we add electrons into our body, we increase the negative charge, which means our body is more alkaline. So that's this electrons and protons, or negative charge versus positive charge, is really the same thing as acidic versus alkaline. Acidity means that you have the positive charge and you are losing electrons. Alkaline means you have a negative charge and you are gaining electrons in your body. You have more energy to function, okay? When you have gaining electrons, reduction, gaining electrons, oxidation, losing electrons. We want to have energy over inflammation, more electrons to do its work over the inflammation in our body, which is caused by, inflammation is caused by low redox because you don't have enough electrons to support your body's health and healing, okay? So we want to have more energy, okay? It's really important that if you want to improve your health, that you improve your redox potential, which is basically your energy balance, before you start detoxifying. Because if you go into these protocols like mold protocols and parasite cleanses and all these things, and you're trying to detoxify, but you don't have enough energy in your cells to do this, you're going to have a really hard time and you're not going to feel good. Okay. You always want to redox before you detox. You always want to, it just basically means make your body stronger before you start trying to detox it. Okay. So remember, redox potential just means it's really how well you're able to turn sunlight, food, and magnetism into an electrical charge in the body. Your body is actually electrical. Redox reactions proves that. Electrons, protons, neutrons, your body is electric when it comes down to a cellular level. Okay. So again, gathering more electrons is going to be supportive to your health and to your redox. Sunlight, earthing, movement, and quality foods, okay? Seasonal, local, organic foods. If you need support on how to, support your redox potential, I have many ways to support you. You can check out a couple of things. I have the Get Your Light Right ebook. I have my seasonal, ancestral, local diet. Both of those ebooks, those are both ebooks that come with an audio recording. So here I am, just like I'm doing now, explaining these things to you in a more, in an in-depth way. Okay, so you can check out those. Those are cheap and affordable ways. I also have my Rebalance Your Rhythms course, which is over 60 videos of me explaining all of these things. It's a self-paced course that you can do on your own. You can listen to me daily and you can learn all the things. Again, it's not personalized, If you want personalized care, I have room for 2 one-to-one coaching clients, and I also have personalized healthcare plans where I make you a personalized summer and winter video, and I go through the video, the protocol with you in depth in a video consultation. And I also, of course, meet with you and guide you through questions and emails and all the things. So I'm really there to support you through the process. Okay. So if you need help with your redox, we can talk there, but just life is really a game of how on a daily basis, how can I gather more electrons? How can I improve my redox potential? And how can I avoid the things in a non-crazy way of things that will reduce my electron flow, steal my electrons? How do I avoid the things that steal electrons? I also am a classical homeopath, and this is why I love classical homeopathy, because suppressive medications or suppressive therapies are a huge stealer of electrons. They actually change the spin rate of the electrons. They steal your electrons. They make them stop moving completely. They have them spinning in the wrong direction, right? So you want to avoid taking those, okay? And classical homeopathy is a way to avoid that in acutes. And of course, in chronic disease, it's really supportive in up-leveling health and immune systems and the vital force and up-leveling your redox potential, okay? So there's that option as well. You can work with me homeopathically, or a combination of both, but we really want to avoid the things that will promote oxidation in our body, which means that we're losing electrons, okay? And if you need support on that, I am here to support you. I hope this video was helpful and supportive to you on your health journey. And like I said, if you need more support, let me know. I'm here to work with you. All my links are linked in the show notes below. Like, subscribe, all the things. Share this video with somebody that you love and care about and want to support their health with. And subscribe to the YouTube channel, all the things, right? Leave me a comment. What do you want to know more about? What are your questions? I am here for you and excited to support you on your health journey. So have an awesome day, and I will talk to you soon.